The closing bell on Wall Street brought relief that the market did manage to claw its way back from the lowest levels of the day when the Dow was down 3%, 758 points.
A big sell-off today for the first trading day of the quarter.
Fear of an expanding trade war with China helped drive stocks lower. Last month, President Trump tweeted trade wars are good and easy to win. And today, China announced tariffs on 128 products after the U.S. imposed tariffs on Chinese steel. U.S. exports of aircraft, pork, soybeans, fruit, all targeted by China. That's got American farmers concerned a trade war will cost them.
1 out of every 3 gets exported to China, which is a big number.
Also falling hard today, tech stocks. Amazon.com down 5%, targeted by President Trump in a series of tweets. Facebook down 20% from its highs amid its privacy scandals. With today's selling, the Dow, NASDAQ, and S&P have all entered so-called correction territory, falling at least 10% from their highs set in February. For average investors, though, today's selling could be an opportunity.
And if you're a long-term investor, which most 401k investors are, opportunities like this don't come along very often.
If the Trump administration hits China for intellectual property theft this week, Chinese-made cell phones, computers, and clothing could suddenly get much more expensive here in America.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.